Hi, welcome to the Beaumont Hills Subdivision, my Southern Pacific inspired and scale project through the Inland Empire of Southern California. My name is John Paulson and I am your host. Okay, so here in West Colton, this is the east end of the yard. Rival departures back there, those 3 tracks. These 6 tracks before it are all local servicing, and the 2 tracks behind are main lines. Anyway, every place you see a blue piece of tape requires some repair. So that's one thing I'm going to try to get done here. So I got some soldering to do. A couple of joints came undone, and a couple turnouts just don't run very good. Then I'm hoping to consist some SD45s and SD40-2s so we can build about a 30 car train and run up San Timoteo to El Casco and meet up with F3 SD9 train that is sitting up there now. Didn't run very well. Bunch of old cars with oversized flanges that I knew wouldn't do really well on the Code 55. But we'll see if we can get that back down. And anyway, here's that train right now up there at El Casco. That's about 64 inches high, whereas this down here is about 48 inches. And the grade to get up there is about 2%, plus or minus a little bit. And some other things. Okay. Getting a little hot in here. I'll turn the AC off so I can talk through some of this without too much disturbance, except for the wash machine and dryer. Let's see how we're doing here. Come on. Clink. All right. Shoving back 3 cars. 2 cars, 1 car, and all right. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. 30 cars departing from track 2. See if we got them all. And we do. I don't like all the clicking I'm hearing. Something's not quite right. Of course, these locals haven't run in quite a while. Take our sweet time getting out of the yard. Now I'm going to take this off the tripod, so bear with me. I'll cut it out if it gets too rough, and it did. So right before this curve here, where these 2 tracks end, one's a tail track, one's a yard lead, the other one's a the lead to get in and out of the local servicing area. But there's going to be a crossover there, or a road overcrossing, which is going to be pepper. And then over here, there's going to be a backdrop along that track up above, and so that'll be Rancho Avenue coming into the Colton Diamonds. I got a lot of stand-in structures here, so bear with me. That is not the tower that's going to be there. And that is not going to be universal milling. Let's see how it looks coming out of the yard. All right. Sweet. Then I can throw that yard switch back to normal or closed. Let's catch up to our train. So we're going through the old Colton area here, Colton Diamonds. This is going to be interchange track with the ATSF over here. So I'm going to treat it like it's just an interchange track. I wanted it to be an active track, but I just can't do it. Anyway, coming through a crossover here on the old Colton side. Something's hanging up. No. Uh-oh, sounds like trouble. It's that super light car. This car may not make the whole run. All I got to do is get off my butt and put some weight in it. It'll probably run fine. But this is cool. A lot of this stuff hasn't run in quite a few years. A limited amount of it got out when a buddy and I meet up with our Fremo modules. I haven't hit any grades yet. Oh, there's another car leaning over. It's pulling a lot of weight. And that has really fine wheel treads, which I don't intend to run. That's another light car. So I do need to go through everything. Weight them so they run well. And those of you that don't know, that's going to be a milling. Was it AJ Frost milling? Forgot the name again. Jeez. Someday I'll put a sign up over here. Anyway, it wasn't called Cargill like the decal says on the elevator. So we're going through Loma Linda. That little pocket right there is going to be helper pocket. And here's where the grade starts. So here's going to be the test right here. So we're going to be coming into Redlands. This video is getting kind of long. I might have to cut it off and start a new one. Okay, I'm back. Whoa! Oh, that's a sign, if anything. So we're probably doing 30 miles an hour here. Snaking through some S curves there. There is a portion of straight track between those curves, just in case, because you know how S curves can be. So now it's getting ready to take the brunt of the train, the whole train. All right, it's kind of scary. I don't have any protection. Everything's on the grade now. It should mostly be about 2%. Couple little spots got to 2.08. Some are a little bit less than 2. Not by much. I think I'll slow down now. I don't think it's going to matter how fast I'm going really when it string lines. Yikes! So right about here is going to be a backdrop. The train is just going to disappear. So this is a part of San Timoteo Canyon, the lower section. Ooh, I'm nervous. This turn back, 21.375 radius. Oh, you guys are going to witness a disaster. This makes me very nervous. Of course, it's getting really high too, so. Anyway, you won't be able to see the train up here where it is. Where the boxcar's going, it's going to disappear, right? Okay, I'll tell you, I'm banking about right in there. It's just going to disappear behind a bunch of brush and orange groves. And then the train will reappear right here. It's going to be behind a backdrop. So upper San Timoteo, everything looks like it's sounding like it's running all right. I don't like all the little ticks I'm hearing. Uh-oh, big stall. What do we got? Dirty track. Can't make it. I think we lost power on one of them. Not all the track is very clean right now. I've done some work here and there, so there might be some sawdust holding things up. And I think that's what that was. Kind of poor on my part not going over all of it with a track cleaner, but that's okay. We'll get through it. Fingers crossed. This is going to be cool. This is, I'm 6'2". I'm holding the camera about chin high. The train is a little below my shoulders right now. And it was about elbow high when it started to grade. So this is the effect I was looking for. I didn't want to be able to see the end of the train versus the beginning of the train in one scene. So I dig that. Just like real life. How many of us can see both ends of the train, right? So now the train, okay, the locomotives are a little over shoulder high. And this is a 20-inch turn back. So a little bit more tension on the train than that big turn back on the other side and what's below it. This is where we came up from. Okay, confession. I failed to throw this turnout. So I was gonna ram my SD9. So let's throw this turnout. I don't have these powered up yet. There's track power. The power feeds the internal contacts. Will still feed the frog. And let's try again. Okay. See, I wanted to mount that sideways so that it didn't. If I mounted it normal, it would have intruded more, I think. Although not by much, I suppose, on the lower scene. So we're going to try to get this train going again. Here we go. Creep past this other train sitting on El Casco siding, or passing track. I guess I should call it a passing track. Let's see how we get through this turnout. So number 8. So we're getting close to chin high here. Whew. Making me nervous. Okay, I ran that other train with the F3s and the -9. It has a lot of old cars. Even literally they're old model cars. They all have roof walks. Most of them have roof walks, I think. And they were meant to go well with the F3s and a caboose. This train is a little more modern, what I think would run in the era I'm looking at. So I got two different eras meeting here. Could be nice when I get backdrops, eh? So 30 cars, 4 locomotives, no caboose, This passing siding is about 14 feet. I think it's going to fit. So 30 cars. I can do 30 cars and still pass in El Casco. That's going to be sweet. Sorry about the shaky video, guys. I really intended to put it all on a tripod, but I just can't move the tripod and get the angles right without spending all kinds of time. So we gotta go just a little farther forward to clear the back side. So we got about a car length there, and we're clear over here. So I think I'll leave it right there. Okay. Still clear there. All right. So I'm gonna dispatch this set so I don't accidentally power it back up like I did earlier. And I'm gonna call up, let's see, what was that consist? That is the 37, the A and B with the -9. So I have these advanced consisted. So 37 consisted. Let's see if I got the -9 light to work right. Yes, I did. Let's throw the turnout, and we can head downhill. Woohoo! I turned the sound on a little late. Sorry, guys. We got the whole train. Caboose is moving. This is the first downhill run. I think there's about 18 cars on this. Yeah, I'm not going to play with the... I suppose I can put the dynamic brakes on, but I think I'll just let it coast down. I'm not going to play with it right now because those two F units don't have any special kind of programming in them. There's no, hold, so I can play with the sound. So we'll just leave it. Yeehaw. All right. Now when I say older, these cars have flanges that some of them will actually ride on the tie plates of this Code 55 track. So you might see them jiggle a little bit here and there. That's the problem. You might even hear some of it if you try real hard. But I don't know if you can hear it over the wash machine and dryer and the locomotive. So we came out of El Casco. I might name each end of that Hinda, and I forgot the other name. Ordway. I think Ordway is more towards Redlands, and Hinda is more towards Beaumont. So I think that might be a good way to name the signals at each end of that. So that'd be cool. I was really amazed that all this track from the main line that runs from the helix all the way up here is all on one PSXX power district. Now, it will get split up, and I'll break it up into 3 different ones in the future. But I was really worried I was going to overpower it, and there's like 7 locomotives, one with sound. Add more sound units, it'll probably change on us. Now remember, there's going to be a backdrop here. There's going to actually be an upper level over this, which is going to represent white water, the white sands going through Palm Springs. Now I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. So I know it looks crazy, but right in here there's going to be another level, and it's going to end right into staging right there. And that's going to be Indio. So we can run West Colton all the way to Indio, and the other end will go through the helix up to Taylor Yard, and staging is continuous. Indio on one side, Taylor Yard on the other. So one thing I've experienced today, playing around with locomotives, speed matching. I haven't run a lot of these in so long, man. I needed oil, I needed to clean wheels. Oh, I had to say something about being a successful run. That's okay. Phone's getting a little hot. I think I'm running out of ability here on this phone I'm testing its limits on the memory and the power. Woohoo! So that's going to be so cool, watching trains come down off of that. Whoa! Zoom! Okay. Now this side is actually a branch line. That's my Kaiser branch line yard, and that same car just derailed. I wonder if it's because of the short shank coupler on the locomotive. You know, typically I'd change the couplers to a long shank, because they tend to, the short shanks on the locomotives, body mounted, tend to knock that first car off easily. But it surely doesn't make sense, because these radiuses are 20-inch minimum. I didn't think it would happen. But anyway, that F3 AB set I'll probably sell off. A lot of these cars I'll probably let go, because I'm modeling the 90s and they don't have roof walks in the 90s. I think they removed the roof walks in the early 70s or mid 70s sometime, and modified all the cars, rules changes and all that. But still fun to run it. I had the Mars light programmed. You could actually see the Mars light, but it's been sitting so long, it's not doing the Mars thing, and I didn't dig into it. So we're back on flat territory. Let's see if we can get through old Colton. I'm rushing it a little bit. So wow, I'm still jazzed at 4 locomotives. Was able to pull that 30-car train up there, and it didn't seem like too much trouble. I mean, there was the one section that's that same car again. This will be the discount car. It does have fine scale couplers. Oh, it's super light too. That's probably not helping any. Alright, so we're going by, this is the entrance right here for the railroad dismantlers. This stub track and that first track, that's a through track for railroad dismantlers. That outer track is the drywall dealer that is actually using the old SP depot as an office. And that's their yard. That's 9th Street right there in between them. And this void right here is La Cadena. Anyway, this is going to be really fun. Really can't wait till I get it running a little bit more reliably. Get the cars weighted right, get the turnouts tuned in a little bit better. Get some people over for some ops. Of course, I got to complete the upper level first. Alright, that'll be the Colton Tower one day. And this will be Rancho, where it's disappearing. Let me throw the turnout for the yard throat. We're going to enter the yard. And let's see. He's going pretty slow. I don't think I need to slow it down much more. I think I'm going to go ahead and put that on track 2. So he'll be just coming out from under Pepper Avenue. And I know the West Colton has a totally separate arrival departure track, which is between Cedar and Sierra. And there's 14 tracks if I remember right. And they're like almost 2 miles long. Well, I don't have that kind of room. So this is what we get. That's why there's 3 arrival departure tracks. Some people say that's too many, you don't need them. Well, one's going to act as a runaround half the time. If there's a locomotive set sitting on the speedway somewhere, or because this track here is going to double as a speedway, this front track, and those other 2 tracks are the service tracks. So it's a bypass speedway track. And yeah, this looks out of place next to those container cars, but that's okay. That's okay. See, that car's doing it again. Came off again. Anyway, I think we'll finish it up right there. The caboose is clear. We're parked. And we're good to go. So that was kind of cool. Haven't ran trains like that in a long time here. Man, I think the last time I ran a lengthy train was the Tanker Challenge for Dwight. Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy model railroading.